All right, so I have this GX470 here. The air suspension is completely blown in this thing. I try and raise it up, and the height controller is not working anymore. And if we get out and look, this thing is completely slammed in the back, totally squatted. So we're gonna see what it looks like when you are on your bump stops going over some speed bumps. All right, so I was able to restart the car and it actually reset the system, and now there's air in it again. You can see it has some height again. Really weird, bizarre thing that happened there. So let's drive over that bump again and see how it looks with some air in the system. All right, now let's see how a Dobinsons suspension handles these bumps. Oh, it's like nothing. Like nothing. Piece of cake. All right, so in this one, obviously there's no height control. It's just, off. And we have the Dobinsons. It's just a standard coilovers. These are the soft ones because I don't have any bumpers, so it's just, and they're not the IMS, they're just the regular ones. Just your standard coil conversion. And a huge thing I noticed between the stock blown suspension and these new Dobinsons, or any new shocks I've done Bilstein 5100s on my 4Runners too. When you get new shocks, it's amazing the amount of control you have over your vehicle. When it bounces, it's just one and done, and that's it on the new ones. On the blown shocks, it kind of jounces a bit for a while. It kind of float. It feels like you're on a boat. It's really it's kind of fun sometimes, but when you're like trying to hustle the car, you just want to have a normal commute, it can get kind of annoying to have just a car that's floating around the whole time. But with these new shocks, it's dialed. It feels like a brand new truck. Okay, so I think I figured out what's happening here. I think what's going on is that these things leak so bad that after about 5 minutes of driving, the pump just gives it. It probably overheats or something and just says, I can't do this anymore. So you can see this thing is just on the ground. It is so low in the back, and it's just so harsh and it's so bumpy on the road, just riding on the bump stops the whole time. So I'm gonna show you some more clips of what it looks like going over these speed bumps right here with no rear suspension. I will say though, it does corner really well because there's no suspension flex at all. So it corners like it's on rails, but the bumps are horrible. I mean, geez, just look at that thing. It's just squatting. All right, here's what this is like on the road. It's so bouncy and so violent. When you hit a bump, it's harsh. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Corners really well. Okay. Whoa, oh my God. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Before in the clapped out suspension, I was afraid to go anything more than 1 mile an hour over these bumps because it was excruciatingly painful and made a horrible noise. But with the Dobinson suspension, so the bottom line is just replace your air suspension with proper off-road suspension. You're going to save yourself headache in the long run, and it's just not worth the unreliability of aging air suspension.